Hey guys, it's Ashley and Eloise again. And yeah, my hair is kind of ridiculous right now, but I figured if I always got super ready to make videos, I probably wouldn't make very many. So this is like my workout hair, and today I'm talking about a workout thing. A lot of you guys wanted to know more about the Bellabeat Leaf. I have the Leaf Nature edition. There's also the Leaf Urban. Thank you. So anyway, I have had sort of a drastic change of heart in the last couple days, and I think I'm going to be packaging it back up to return. So I thought I would just kind of give you guys what I liked about it, what I didn't like about it, and why I decided to return it. So what I liked about it is that it's, bless you, it's beautiful. I mean, I have the rose gold edition, and it looks like a piece of jewelry. You know, you can wear it as a bracelet, a necklace. I even went as far as going on Etsy and ordering extra cool beaded bracelet and stuff like that. I'll take it off here so that you can see how easy it is to remove from the necklace. I don't know if this is going to focus very well. It's very pretty. You can also wear it as a brooch because this part can clip on to clothing. This measures your steps for the day, it measures your sleep, it measures your cycle if you want, it measures your breathing, and also there's a capability to sort of prompt you to meditate, which is one of my goals for the year. So I like it, and I've wanted this for several years. And when I opened it and I put it on, I thought, this is wonderful. I didn't run for a few days, so I thought, well, I think it's tracking my steps accurately. And then I went for that first run. Now, I want to say that I did not expect this thing by any means to track my distance with running. I have GPS watches for that. I know that a simple pedometer type thing wouldn't track that. But what I was surprised to find out when I went to finagle the numbers is that there's nowhere in the Leaf app where you can manually override. So for example, I went for a 4-mile run in, I believe it was 36 or 37 minutes. And when I went into the Leaf, it said I ran 2.6 miles. And there was no way to give myself credit for the fact that I know I measured a 4-mile course. The reason I'm a little bit frustrated with that is that I had a first edition Fitbit from years ago where the app would let you do that. And I just would think something that I'm buying in 2017 would not be like a step back from something I bought in 2011 or 12. I can't exactly remember. So that was strike one. I actually wrote to the company to ask about it. I don't know how I'm able to just keep talking. She talks all the time, so I'm sorry if this is annoying to you. I think it's cute. But yes. I wrote to the company, and I wasn't thrilled with the customer service. I had written in my initial letter that obviously I know that this is not a GPS, and I know that it wouldn't, you know, accurately track my running. However, I just wish that there was some capability to manually override. And instead of really paying attention to my letter, they just reiterated it's not a GPS device and all that jazz. And then they made a bunch of vague things about, well, stay tuned for exciting developments in the future. And I thought, well, you're not addressing my question, and I don't know how long the future is. So I wrote back again, and I just explained again how, you know, I don't think it would be terribly difficult if there was some type of override option where you could give, I believe it's 2,000 steps to a mile, so that if you could just override and say I ran 4 miles and give yourself that many steps. And then they just wrote back again saying that it wasn't a GPS device. I know. And that there are exciting things for the future. And I just thought, oh, that's kind of like a big strike. And the other thing I don't really like, I think I went from things I like, which is just that it's pretty, to everything I don't like. So I'll tell you really quickly, one more thing I do like is that it does have some vibration alerts if you're inactive. So if you're just sitting there for hours, it will vibrate to kind of prompt you to move around. I like that it is kind of specifically designed for women to track their cycles. I haven't had my cycle since before I got pregnant with her, so it doesn't really affect me yet. I can't really speak to the efficacy of that feature, but the other thing I like is that it did kind of remind me to meditate every night, because in the app it would say that you didn't do that for the day. So those were the things I liked, and those are good things, but so beyond just the fact that I can't manually override for running, I didn't like that this specific edition, I didn't read enough, but it's definitely not waterproof. So you have to take it off when you're like washing your hands really well, when you're in the shower, when I'm giving her a bath. So I'm constantly taking this off unless I have it in the necklace mode. You can get the Urban, which does allow you to do that, but I think it was like $30 more. It's so funny. Then the other thing is, if I keep switching it between necklace and brooch and bracelet mode, you have to actually go in the app and say that you did that. So I found myself on the app like all the time, like, oh crap, I didn't say that it's in necklace mode. Oh crap, I didn't say it's in bracelet mode. And so that was kind of irritating. So I was taking it off all day. I was always having to re-enter where I was wearing it on the body. It has a feature where it measures breathing, and that's supposed to help correlate to your stress level, and I just found that to be very random. Like, I did have a day where I was very stressed, and it said that I was calm and cool as a cucumber, but I know for a fact that it was not, and then it was sort of the converse on a different day. So I don't really know how the breathing thing, I mean, I guess if you're wearing it in the bracelet mode, obviously it's not measuring that very well. Sleep is a huge one, especially if you have babies or kids. Actually, Ada's been waking up more than Eloise lately. If you, for some reason, find that it didn't track your sleep properly, say that I went to bed at 9, which I actually have been doing to chip away at sleep debt, and it didn't record that I went to bed until 12 for some reason, when I go in the next morning to see how it recorded my sleep, it'll have from where it thought I went to sleep till when they thought I woke up. But if it was incorrect and I wanted to say, no, I actually went to bed at 9, it won't give you any data. It just overrides everything, and it basically says, congratulations, you slept an 11-hour night or something, and you don't get any differentiation between deep sleep, light sleep, and when you woke up. So that was another thing, because I really am interested in how much I'm sleeping, how much I'm up in the night. Some nights it did a really good job, but I would say about 40% of the time it was not doing a good job. Yeah, I mean, I think the main reason I've decided to send it back is just that I find, for the fact that I'm sort of a more athletic person, I just don't think it's tracking my activities and giving me enough credit for that. And so I'm finding that I can't meet my step goal every day, and I'm moving around a lot. And I think on a day when I wasn't exercising, that's very useful, but on days when I am exercising, it's very inaccurate and frustrating. And I feel that this is not going to stand up to my everyday life. I think maybe the Urban would better. And I don't know, I think it's so pretty, and so I'm very sad to say this, but I definitely need to keep looking for an activity tracker, or just go the old-fashioned way. I definitely don't run with a watch very often. The reason I bought this was more just because working from home, staying at home, especially in the winter, I don't get as much activity as I would like. So anyway, this might meet your needs. It just, if you're more of a runner or like an athlete, it just may not meet your needs. It's very pretty, but I think I could get jewelry that's cheaper than 100 plus, that wouldn't be as bulky, and maybe just find another way to track my activity. So that is what we think of the Leaf. Oh my gosh, I guess I need to go change my clothes now. So have a good day, and I guess I will hopefully be back soon with my review of the Garmin Vivo Smart, I think it's called. I haven't decided yet if I'm sending that back, because, well, I'll get into that another day. So bye.